Nice! Natural!
Hey, got the dumb wizard hat? Obviously, we're doing another Car-DnD. So, today, we got a brand new Nissan Frontier. The 2022 model is the newest fully redone Frontier. Hasn't been redone in like 15 or more years, so it's a long time coming. This is a mid-size pickup truck. You might also know the older generation Frontier as the hard body. I will eventually do one of those as well. So, I wanted to make a character sheet on this because out of all the cars that I've experienced this year, that I've driven this year, this one probably so far has impressed me the most. It is so big on improvements. It's just phenomenal. But looking at the scores, it's actually not terribly special. There's nothing on here that really jumps at you. I only have one red number. Everything else is just kind of right. But I just have to talk about the Frontier and why these scores are actually a good thing. You don't want phenomenal scores in any one thing because then you lose out in some other thing. So anyway, it doesn't really excel at anything, but it definitely accelerates. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. All right, so strength of 14. I gave it that because it's an engine that debuted last year, but was meant for this generation of the Frontier. It's a very, very good engine. It's downsized a little bit. It's a 3.6 V6, so it's slightly smaller than the outgoing engine, but it actually puts out more power. It's also mated to a new 9-speed transmission with a low-end transfer case if you get 4x4. That's a good thing because it was I think a 5-speed before that. So that's a huge jump in gearing, which means you have better shifts, more comfortable drive, and more gearing options when you're doing things like towing and going off-road. That's cool. Dexterity of 10. That's if this truck has a dump stat, that's it. Horrible turning radius, really ponderous in its turns. Even if you're not in four-wheel drive, it still just feels really, it doesn't really want to make any kind of sharp turn at all. Handling is okay, but not phenomenal in any way. It's just okay. It feels safe. That's about as good as it gets. Constitution, that's where I gave it the big score. That's the 16. Constitution, I gave it that score for two reasons. One, out of all the pickup trucks I've driven in the midsize and small categories, the Frontier is the only one that has that beat me up mentality. So it just has this persona that says, beat me up, go do cool stuff, I can take it. It's pretty much the only one. That's including the Jeep Gladiator, which should feel that way, but doesn't always. Sometimes it feels a little delicate. This one never does. The other reason for this high score is warranty. The Frontier has the biggest warranty in the business, the longest running warranty of any pickup truck, in terms of how lengthy it is. It's like 5 years, and yeah, it's a great warranty. You won't find that with anybody else. So very cool there. That's where the Constitution comes from. Now, intelligence of 13. They put a new infotainment system in it. It's pretty good. I really like Nissan's infotainment. It's relatively straightforward, easy to use. It's not extremely technologically advanced, but it's not behind either. It's just not leaping forward, right? You'll only really find that in luxury vehicles. So very good on that. The adaptive cruise is good. The other stuff, the technologies that are in the driver's face, they're really good on this. Now, it didn't get a higher score than that because they're also not excellent. They're just good. And so it doesn't really deserve like a high score, but it doesn't need to be chunked either. So I gave it a 13. Wisdom of 11. The reason I gave it a lower score there is it is a mid-size pickup truck, but fuel economy is not good. There are better options if you want something to tow with. There are other options on the market that have higher tow ratings. The Frontier is still the smallest of the mid-size trucks, so everything about that means that it doesn't tow as much, doesn't haul as much. So The back seat is cramped. You won't get, getting full adults in there is possible, but it's a squeeze. So in practical terms, this isn't the greatest thing you could buy. But if these other things appeal to you more, then that score probably isn't as important. Now down here for Charisma 15, this is one of the better looking new trucks on the market. I've seen a lot of really good trucks. The newer ones, the new stuff that's been coming out from different companies like Jeep, Chevy, Ford, etc. They're all pretty good looking trucks, right? But the Frontier is just really good looking. They did a perfect job on this truck. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just about right, and I think it hits it just nails it. So there you go, Charisma 15. I really like that. So basically the 2022 Frontier in a nutshell: drives good, feels gooder, looks gooder. I don't know, there's a joke in there somewhere. So that's it. That's all I got. I still don't have an ending.